The Tendrils No Mercy would be to go to combat. And then, well, no, I mean, the reason to Tendrils is not for No Mercy, though. It's for concealing information, is what it really is for. But let's just go the quickest line to get to that Tendrils. There's no, I don't like the slow roll. That's not my style. So this is indeed definitely a lethal Tendrils. So you just, I mean, you could therapy the Brainstorm or whatever, show him who's boss. But again, it's a lethal Tendrils. I don't see any reason to belabor the issue. Can I get your modern list for... Oh, 4-color Ascendancy? Do the best line. This is the quickest line. I want to go to sleep soon. I did say we used the last match, so brain matter is starting to melt. You can feel it sizzling. Alright, let's sideboard. So, now he's going to board into his Rest in Pieces, his Containment Priests, everything that I'm familiar with seeing out of Miracles, I imagine he will bring in. So let's go transform sideboard time. Cut these, cut these, cut these. Cut this, cut these. He will know what hit him. And cut that, cut these. English, please? What? Yeah, I don't like showing them the info. I mean, that's the reason to... Now, if we didn't have the Tendrils, I would have probably tried to just go for the Emrakul kill, which is you just hit him with both of these. And it works pretty well. Alright. Yeah. We've got the Chain of Vapor, we got the Needle for Caracas, or I guess... there are a couple other cards I might want to name. I mean, you can always just Needle top. I only have one top. He's got multiple tops. Yeah, this seems good. This seems like I'm digging it. Oh, the Shelldock goes with the Emmy, if you're wondering why that's still in. Dark Confidants for draw. Ideas Unbound. Usually involved in the Doomsday pile. Lion's Eyes. Chain. Alright, let's do it. By the way, this deck is not for the faint of heart. You run Emrakul in the same deck as for Dark Confidants. This is not a deck where you're gonna be, oh no, am I worried about flipping Emrakul? You just go for it, man. You just go for it. And if you flip the Emmy, you won the lottery. You know, we'll laugh about it, but it's only happened once. And when it did, I got a donation, so it was totally worth it. All right, turn 1, Doomsday into Tendrils. He's dead, right? So we can go, oh, we don't have a draw spell though. Fudge, we're so close. If we had a draw spell, this just wins on the spot. Maybe we just go Dark Confidant, draw some cards, and then go for it. This hand's glorious though, you keep this. I've played the Mentor board Royal Basis. It's not terrible. It's an option. I prefer the Doomsday board though. I feel like it just does more powerful things. Like here, like if we draw a cantrip, I might just, okay. So I think we just slam a Doomsday and see what happens. So, Dark Writ, what do you say? What says you, Mr. Miracles? Will this resolve? It's an absolute keeper. So you could Dark Writ again. If you Dark Writ the second time, you could lead Dark Confidant and then go for Doomsday. Or we can just go Doomsday, go for the Shelldock line, and also have Pithing Needle. I like just going Doomsday here. Show me Spell Pierce, show me Flusterstorm. I'm going for the Shelldock kill. And if it doesn't get there, it's okay, we got a game 3. But, I mean, you just can't really hang back with this deck. It just doesn't, you just can't. If he has a Surgical, yes, he can interrupt the order of the Doomsday. I know this. But they don't always run Surgical. We're seeing a lot more Rest in Peace, actually. Containment Priest. Containment Priest does not stop a Shelldock Emrakul. Nice. Okay, resolved. Yeah, so now really what we're worried about is him having Caracas and countering the Needle. Loses us the game. All right, so we want Emmy, we want Shelldock, we want Pithing Needle. Where are you, Needle? There you are. What's this deck called? Oh, this is a variant of Tin Fins that I've been working on. I'm calling it Doom Bob Fins. What is different from my online lists and paper? Lelouch, so the big difference is, I'll take the chain, I think. I'll take the chain. And the last tool I might want is top, so that I can reorder it if something goes wrong. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. Yes, that's my 5. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. It's very possible. Possibly can go wrong. Okay, so top, chain, needle, and Michelle. Your turn, Mr. Miracles. Here's where the surgical would be very depressing. Absolutely structural. So Lelouch, big difference is right. So in paper, I play 3 Grizz. What I would recommend for a show and tell sideboard plan is 4 Grizz. If you're doing Mentor, you could also run the 3 Grizz. Like, there's a lot of different sideboards, and what's nice about Fins is if you're playing it at a local game store, you can keep, if you have the cards to do it, you can keep changing your sideboard plan. Like, one week you could be Doombob Fins or Doomsday Storm. Another week you could just be like, you know what, I'm gonna show and tell. Another weekend you could be, you know what, I'm gonna sideboard into Mentors. Like, if you have these different, now I don't have show and tell, so I can't do that, but I could play Mentor sideboard, or I could play Doomsday. And I sometimes switch it up. If I'm gonna play at the same hobby store, you want to switch up your sideboard plan. You don't want to be predictable. You don't want your opponents to be like, if you're playing at a local game store, to be like, oh, it's the Tin Fins guy. You want to be able to switch it up. You want to be, you know, be able to do it. You got 2 tickets. Oh, tickets are always appreciated, Manuel. Like, tickets, they help me to do legacy dailies, to stream content for you. That's what the money goes towards. It goes into tickets, and then we play events. So yes, 2 tickets is always awesome. Opponent is, the Modern Ascendancy. So what do you cut for the 3rd Grizzlebrand from my list? I would run more Hand Hate, Lelouch. I would run more Permission Breakers, if I were you. Like Thought Seizes and Therapies. Thank you so much for the follow. Joe. Thank you. Thanks for the follow. Dude, thank you so much for the 2 tickets. Thank you so much. Holy crap. Thank you, sir. Tickets are always awesome. They let me keep doing this. Thank you. If I took off that, what? I'm so confused. Thank you so much, man. Holy crap. Thank you for the 2 tickets. Manuel Schindler? Manuel Schindler. Absolutely. Dude, absolute. Thanks for the ticks, man. It's very generous. Okay, so he brainstormed and... Oh, that was an end step brainstorm. Okay. Did you find your Caracas? If he finds the Caracas, we just do it 1 turn slower, which is fine. If he counters the needle... Plains. Needle. And he may have seen this before. This might be Pithing Needle on... What are you going to show me? Do you know? Do you know? Some Miracles players really have played against this before. Show me your knowledge. Show me your knowledge. Blind Needle on? Show me. Can you do it? He's really tanking on this needle. While he's naming that, let me grab the modern deck you wanted to see, Full Metal. Alright, here we go. Needle's not bad. I mean, it can... It's unfortunate we didn't have a cantrip because I would have just gone for the Storm Kill, which would have been more resilient. Let's see, Hatching Plans. Wow, it sounds like a sweet deck. Hatching Plans? Yo-Yo says Ghosting. Well, it's just a practice game. It doesn't make me sad. If he watches my show, it's flattering, actually. So this is the latest version of Ascendancy. 2 peaks, place at a probe. 2 peaks, 3 whispers, 1 wind Xenocon, 1 crimson wisp, 2 revivals, a 1 of idyllic tutor for consistency. Sideboard, there's a face shield to fight abrupt decay. We might go back to the 2-2 split. I've been seeing a lot more abrupt decay as of late, so we might go back to a 2-2 split, face shield, swan song. Let me get you that picture though, Full Metal. Hang on a sec. Alright. And here's the Wishboard Ascendancy. I love this deck because it's a modern deck that legitimately has a Wishboard. Yeah, I'm going to give you the screenshot. So this is the package for the Wishboard. So all these multicolor cards, Scar Scale as well. So this is the Wishboard here. And then I've been up and down about whether it should be 2 face shields, 2 swan song, or 3 swan song, 1 face shield. So you can toy with that. Let me know what you come up with. I'm one of the few people testing it. So Lumbering Falls is hexproof. Sylvan Carrington's hexproof. There's a lot of burn. There's a lot of just removal being played right now in Modern. So you can't reliably resolve something like a Noble Hierarch, or you could use maybe Bird of Paradise if you want to be budget. And the issue is the deck needs those mana dorks. It needs it. Let me try to show you the whole list. Get a screenshot of the whole thing. So basically, if you're going to be playing Ascendancy in Modern, you want creatures that your opponent has trouble interacting with if they're an interactive deck. The best way to do that is to run things like Heritaid, run things like Lumbering Falls. They just can't interact with them. All right. You thought Ascendancy was banned? No, it wasn't. You can play Ascendancy if you want to. I totally do. It's Blast. It's a really fun deck. All right, where were we? All right, Sensei's Divining Top. Okay. No, opponent was really doing, I appreciate, like, he was really tanking on the top. He was thinking. He was thinking. He was really thinking on the needle. All right, Sheldock. He's going to need another needle. All right, so Emrakul, and the next thing I want to draw is probably Needle. So you have to bottom it first. It's kind of that awkward place where you have to bottom it first. So we're going to go Needle. Oh, you know what's funny? Maybe because I put Sensei's top into my Doomsday pile and maybe he was looking at my Exiled. And maybe he was like, wow, there's not a top here. There's got to be top. He's Doomsday. And maybe that's why he named top. Next level, maybe. I don't know. Top is also involved in a lot of... Alright, so Needle first, then Chain, then top. It's also involved in a lot of piles for Doomsday. Alright, pass the turn. No probs, Full Metal. Yeah, yo-yos. Yeah, Swan Song is really, it's a lot better than people realize. We drew, I'm drawing Needle. Excuse me. He didn't draw, is what I meant to say. He didn't draw Crocus, so we don't even need to play the Needle. You just... What'd you say, Carrot? Oh, it's all in red. Okay. Oath of Gatewatch. You want me to speculate on Oath of Gatewatch? Man. This is where we hope he doesn't have Brainstorm into Terminus. There is a small chance. Alright, we're casting the Emmy. Exactly Brainstorm into Terminus would get us here. Don't think he has it, though. If I had a hand hate spell, I totally would do it. Okay, he's letting me go to combat. This is a good sign. Yeah, Mutant Carrot, I guess the last thing we could do before I fall very much asleep is... Nice, okay, and that's how you get there against Miracles. You just Doomsday, man. Did I really play, like Miracles is kind of notorious for having some of the most counter magic out of any deck in the format, exceptions being maybe some variants of Stoneblade. So when you're playing against Miracles, what's sweeter than you stick the Doomsday and then they expect to use all their counter magic against what's coming, but did we cast another spell this game? No. The only 2 spells I cast this game was a Dark Ritual and a Doomsday. That's it. That's all I cast against this Miracles player, but yet we